Hello everyone, I'm Misa Narrates and this is my digital space. I hope you enjoy. This would be the 7th episode of the review. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, for coming back, for liking and commenting and sharing with your friends. I really do appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed already, I really feel like you're missing out. And that's just a personal choice at this point. So I don't know what to say for you, homeboy, but do the better thing so that you can get notifications, so that whenever I upload, you can be there. Okay, this time around, we are going to be looking at Dee Koala's For the Khaltsha music video featuring Look at Ups. I think that's how you say that person's name. The little that I know about this video is that she was adamant that she reach a certain number of subscribers before she uploads the video. And that reason or that rationale was the number that she stated was the area code for where she lives, which is Khayelitsha. So that was like a really cool way of her to kind of give herself some time to also build up a fan base. Because now, I mean, when you look at her channel, she's sitting on almost 10,000 subscribers. And granted, while that doesn't mean they're always tuned in or that they're always going to catch every single upload, it definitely does make sure that she starts with a strong audience. So I really wanted to make note of that because I feel like that's the type of marketing and pre-release activity that more artists need to make use of. She is affiliated with Adidas as well. I think she's sponsored by them. Again, just similar to Hash, I don't know exactly how their sponsorships or ambassadorships work in this instance, but I am filming on May 23rd, 2020. This video premiered on April 30th, 2020, and it's already sitting on 37,841 views. I suspect I will be the next. I will be 842 or anything of that nature, so we're just going to get into it and see what old girl has in store. Alright.
Anything for the culture, do it all for the culture. Do it all for the culture. You're Indians in the culture. Anything for the culture. Do it all for the culture. Man, I do it all for the culture. I do it all for the culture. You're Indians in the culture. 7784. You're Indians in the culture. I do it all for the culture. You're Indians in the culture. You're Indians in the
Yazukubanje ison Khaltsha sibeke emqondo I rap my set like Oakland Kancane ba uze nomonde Asikona khula nogwethe Asikona bethule imithi Asikona funda ushuta ishot Ukuze ngishuta igate
Kemnake ndayeka neshot Anifuna ukushiya zengqondo Ekasi kunzima uba hot Amajida anibulisa oko Bathi uthi unoline Amamedi anivuseli wine Ama-palms anifotshela uline Angiyiwasho zifole ngeline
Sahlupheka, isacela Zama ukwenza, yasebenza Ayixesha, izolenza Megazela.
Alright, so we're going to pause at 1 minute 16 seconds. Something that I've noticed so far is that there seems to be some very interesting grading going on. So if you go back to the scene of them in front of this house, it's very sharp, very green. The black and white contrast is obviously there. You see the Adidas fit. And then you go a little bit further and now they're standing in front of this tuck shop with kids around them, and there's almost like a film that you're seeing over it. So the color grading is not all together because that green was really rich. This red that's part of the tuck shop is just seemingly washed out. It's not as bright, it's not as vibrant, the color isn't as saturated. On the point of what they're wearing, there isn't too much to say, really, because again, I think because she's sponsored by Adidas, we're supposed to be seeing, all of that merch. It would have been nice, I think, to see Look at Ups in full gear, but again, I think that also speaks to the fact that not everybody wears full gear. Like, the average person might have one item from Adidas or one item from a particular brand, and they would not be in full, regalia in that sense. Her makeup, as per usual, is amazing. Her hair is not really the focus because she's wearing a sporty. Is it a sporty? I think it's a sporty. It looks like a sporty to me. There's these big hoop earrings, this nose ring, like a strong nose highlight as well. Yeah. Interesting. Also, she is very vocal about the fact that she drinks beer and that she likes Black Label. So it's nice to see that she maintained her own, she maintains her personality in that she's not going to pretend like she doesn't drink beer. Like, she's not going to put champagne as quickly as I'm less likely to assume she drinks champagne in comparison to the fact that she drinks beer, because she communicates that she drinks beer more than I've heard her communicate that she drinks champagne.
Anything for the culture, do it all for the culture, do it all for the culture. The windy culture, anything for the culture, do it all for the culture, do it all for the culture.
Look at us, sine plug, kendlela right, siphume couch, bungayaz, uyashiyeka, bawusazi, aphekas, siyazama, sivuka ekuseni, sifuna imali, nama-pounds, bayaspam, cela imali, foreign girls.
Funa line, tholakala, bayaspan, bonakala, izunzini, buyani bam, dila kaka, buyani bam, thenga umbenga kumamchaw, after kuphume itaw, devil is in the detail, ndiyayilita like traw.
Alright, so we're gonna stop at 1 minute 57 seconds. So there's been a few changes, right? There's been new sets, there's been added, what are they called? Added characters to this music video. Something that I've been noticing, and I've been trying to figure out whether or not it was valuable really, was, again, this filter is here, but it's not as intense as usual. It's definitely less pronounced. It's just like now the shape of the frame is different. So it's not like square, it's, squoval, I guess, squoval. They also have changed locations, and there's now this like white background with all of them kind of having fun, and then they're at some kind of shisanyama. I think this speaks to the fact that like this is what they would be doing at home. I mean, if it wasn't for Miss Rona, but this is what they would be doing anyway. So, and again, the song is about doing for the culture, which is almost like it's a play on words, because Khayelitsha is how she spelled Khaltsha, basically. Well, if you just look at it casually, like it might not be the actual spelling necessarily, but when you give it one look, and the way it's pronounced is definitely very Khaltsha, and it's homage literally to her hometown. The camera work in the white background scene, I don't know how I'm feeling about it necessarily, because I feel like they're doing a lot of movement, but the camera is not keeping up, and that might be on purpose, but I'm just not sure. But it's cool, I guess. And again, all of them are decked out in the Adidas regalia, so there's that. And I like the outfit change on her. All black definitely suits her. But anyway, we continue.
You're Indians in the culture, anything for the culture, do it all for the culture, do it all for the culture. You're Indians in the culture, anything for the culture, do it all for the culture, man, I do it all for the culture.
Umnandi culture, funa ubumnandi izapha.
Kancane sikoyiki waza, xa ulapha awunofuna uhamba.
Umnandi culture, funa ubumnandi izapha.
Kancane sikoyiki waza, xa ulapha awunofuna uhamba.
Umnandi culture.
Kumnandi culture.
Kumnandi culture.
Kumnandi culture.
Kumnandi culture.
Kumnandi culture.
I said Kumnandi culture.
Alright, so that's the video, basically. There are more scenes, not more scenes, there are no more scenes like than the ones that I've mentioned so far, but this is an interesting video. It was nice. I think that the shot that I really appreciated was the drone shot of Khayelitsha, some kind of intersection, some kind of busy intersection that I think people who are residents there would likely recognize, I'd like to imagine. What I did not like was the sharpness of that shot. Like, it just seemed a bit harsh in terms of how crisp, it's not that it was crisp, because crisp means that it was focused. The lens itself was focused. It seemed harsh in its editing. Like, it was almost as if the contrast was increased or something of that nature. And to continue, again, the element of the video that I really didn't appreciate was the close-up shots. And that's because ideally I'm supposed to be able to see what they're wearing, especially because of how prevalent Adidas was throughout the video. So it just felt like I was a little too close at times. But that's not necessarily like a big terrible thing. It's just something that I would have appreciated a few more long shots or like medium shots, just so that I could see more of what was going on, really. But in terms of staying true to the value of the song, or the ethos of the song, really, the meaning of the song, that's what I'm looking for. In terms of staying true to the meaning of the song, I think this video is perfect. It shows her in her community. It shows her having fun with her friends. It shows her friends also like the different spaces that they hang out in together. And you know, the part that I think was really nice, because I can't tell if they shot this at there's a really great joint in Cape Town, and I can't remember the name. I think it's Mzoli's. I suspect it's Mzoli's. So Cape Town is known for its food and its wine, etc. But when it comes to like urban culture, when it comes to black spaces, or spaces that are black friendly, and I feel like it's important to say that because Cape Town is not black friendly at all. When it comes to those spaces, Mzoli's is one of those places that everyone is encouraged to go to. And what we saw is they kept saying, you know, Kumnandi culture, as if to say like it's nice in Khayelitsha. It was nice to see that juxtapositioning of that visual to that lyric. I don't know if it was intentional, but it definitely came across that way. So overall, I mean, I would give this a solid 7.5, if not an arguable 8 out of 10. And that has everything to do with the fact that there were shooting styles that I feel kind of removed the viewer from the full gist of like what was going on visually. And then those differences, those slight differences that are maybe imperceptible to some, but that I pick up on, because I always say, like, I worked with a lot of video editors last year, so I've been spoiled in that I pay more attention than I did before. So yeah, those discrepancies with grading, as well as the extreme sharpness of the bird's eye, of the drone shot, really were distracting while I was watching. But there's no necessary storyline here. It's just, this song is about it being nice in their community and what they stand for as members of their community and what they strive for and the success that they hope to yield. So when you look at, or when you listen to those lyrics and then you look at the visuals, there's a clear match in what they're trying to communicate visually and from an audio perspective. So this is a very easy 7.5, if not an 8 out of 10, really, for me. So yeah, that is episode 7 of the review. I'm Misa Narrates. This is my digital space and I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Leave me a comment. Let's have a conversation. If you're from Khayelitsha, how did you feel about this music video? And until the next episode, bye.